Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Library of Ruina. Alrighty. So, there is something I want to bring up at the start of this episode, because it's a little something that I've been noticing, and I think I know why it's happening. So, recently, I've been getting a fair bit more traffic on the older base game Library of Ruina videos, and I was like, well, why? I don't quite understand. It's such a quote old playthrough now that, you know, it's kind of interesting to me that it's getting a fair bit more traffic. I think I know why. I have it theorized, right? Because Library of Ruina came out on the Switch, people are now more aware of it. So, potentially, they're looking up more playthroughs, which could be leading them to my playthrough. I don't know that, but it's my going theory because I don't know how else to explain why some of the older videos have been getting traffic. Either way, I'm not going to say no. So, without further ado, I promised that we would do the question mark right up here, and that is what we are going to do.
Aren't you planning to rebuild the office? Why did you go to the library to die at this critical moment?
Look at the book on the invitation.
Book of Oliver? That guy actually died in the library?
He went to the library according to the Hana Association's arrangement, which is not a problem, but the reason why he died in the library is intriguing. He entered the library with Black Silence's gloves.
What? You mean?
The one who can kill Oliver and know how to use that gloves. Can it only be him?
You mean Roland is in the library?
Really? After finishing those terrible things, that guy disappeared, and no one knows where he went. Is it the biggest clue that Oliver died inside with the Black Silence gloves?
Are you not afraid to die inside like him? If it's really him, and he even got his black gloves back now, are you really sure that you can beat him?
I am immortal, bro.
Ah, yes. Well, since that's the case, I'll go back to the office and wait for you first. One or two. It will only cause me trouble.
Is this guest your old acquaintance again?
That's right. That guy's a very troublesome child.
Oh, hang on. Ooh, I gotta adjust to my seat. My knee's hurting for some reason. I'm getting old.
Although I have defeated him several times before, it would be difficult to kill him.
He is very familiar with the person who came before.
Just a colleague from the previous office. Let me continue to handle this reception.
Okay, then I'll go receive the guests. This place is much calmer than expected. Greetings, dear guests. I am Angela, the director and librarian of my library. Nice to meet you. I'm Ogier. I didn't expect the rumored pale librarian to be such a beautiful young lady. It's really beyond my expectations. It seems that this beautiful lady is not very keen on shaking hands. So, if I want to retrieve Oliver's book, I have to fight against your library, right? Yes. May you find your book at this place. Angela does not take kindly to flirting. Alright, we bring... Well, I was gonna bring Roland anyway, but it forces you to. We bring Roland versus the 12 Fixer, Ogier, who's apparently completely invulnerable to being killed. 260 health, 130 stagger resist, double endured to stagger, and endured to slash. Add a Spade J in hand at the start of Act 3. Stack of burn cannot less than 3. Taken minus 60% damage from burn if self has burn. Upon taking what would be a lethal blow, nullify the damage and won't taken any damage at this scene. Then remove all burn to fully recover stagger resist and HP equal to 100% of max HP at the next scene. So we have to go through about 510 health, give or take. Oh boy. Remove this passive after triggered, and it only occurs once per act. Hero who chasing fire. Inflict 1 burn to each other on hit at the end of each scene. If has at least 10 burn, recover 6 HP. Blessing of the Witch. At the start of each scene, permanently reduce all source of damage received by oneself by 10 Huh? So, wait a minute. I think I'm understanding this correctly. So, after 5 scenes have passed, you permanently take 50% reduced damage. Right on. 12 fixers, we know it, we love it. Duel, immune to immobilization, the opponent gains bonus max HP and max stagger resist. Grow in nature, on use restore 1 light, gain 5 burn. Pass the flame, restore 1 light, if user has at least 6 burn, spend 3 burn to restore 2 additional light. Hot straight fist, on use draw all hot straight fist in deck, if user has it Lasat, 6 burn, spend 3 burn to draw 1 another page additional. Okay, there's a little bit of a translation issue going on. Immortal Hellfire. Combat start. When inflicting burn using combat pages as seen, inflict 1 additional stack. On hit, inflict 3 burn to each other. On hit, inflict 2 burn to each other. Cortana. Combat start. Blunt dice power. Blunt dice gain power by 2, but non-blunt dice lose power by 2 this scene. On hit, gain 2 stagger protection next scene. On hit, gain 2 protection next scene. Glory of 12 Fixer. If user has at least 8 burn, spend 5 burn to gain 2 protection and stagger protection. On hit, recover 5 stagger resist. And Double Flame Explosion. On use, gain 3 burn. On hit, gain 3 burn. On hit, gain 2 burn. Okay, let me think this out. So, you're gonna be really tanky. You're gonna revive. You ignore up to... Or wait a minute. Do you ignore all burn damage? Let me see. No. So you take 60%... Okay, so let me get this right. If he's inflicted with 10 burn, he only takes 4 damage. But, if he has 10 burn, he recovers 6 health. So technically, if he's at 10 burn, he takes no burn damage and recovers 2 HP. Right. Alright, we're getting off to a rocky start, but here we go. Alias Workshop, we actually land it, and we clash. I am very okay with that. Zelkova Workshop, so that we could get a little bit of draw going. We also restore a little bit of health. I'm gonna go for Urging, because it seems real good in this situation. We gotta be hitting him as hard as we possibly can. So let's see. We can go for Wheels to get through this, and then I'm gonna go for Ranga right here. We're just gonna have to soak that damage. Wheels gets us through no problem. We take 9. Ranga Workshop is going to recover most of our health, and it's going to apply a little bit of bleed, which is going to help us a decent amount. Let's see. We could Performance. If Librarian has Strength. Interesting. Well, Performance... I don't think Performance will work quite the way that we want it to. So I'm going to re-roll. I'm debating Scars. Actually, we could inflict Silence. Silence could actually help quite a bit. You know what? Let's do Sword of Frost. Alright, same deal. We're gonna go ahead and counter this one with Durandal. Then we're going to go for Mook Workshop. Both Durandal hits, we're going to be at 4 strength next scene. Mook Workshop doing quite a bit of damage. We are actually doing enough damage to keep on pace. Okay. So, we should be able to clash with basically everything. Combat start. At this scene, all character when inflicting burn, inflict double stack. On hit, inflict 4 burn to each other, which is now technically 8. Okay. We can try to counter him with a gun, and then we can go Crystal Ulterior Logic, because that has the potential to counter Hot Straight Fists. Oof. Okay, didn't manage to counter that. Crystal Ulterior, going for it. We almost get a stagger. Counter dice, not quite working out for us. So we should be able to stagger him this turn. This is a good turn to use Fervent Beads. No. Let's see. All characters deal more, but they suffer stagger. Is there a world where we just go musical notes, the build? Let's see. We gain strength. Yeah. You know what? And then if we get the opportunity to go for musical notes, I will go for that. We could technically go for Wrist Cutter. Remorse, also an option. I'm actually going to re-roll. Beautiful Tune could be really good once we're fully stacked up, I suppose. Let me see. We should be able to get through this no problem with Old Boys. Then we are going to be put at 9. We can counter that, no problem. And then Ranga Workshop will be able to counter this. Okay, we do get a stagger. We're going to be able to do quite a bit of damage to him because he's effectively taking double now. Ranga Workshop is going to proc that passive, and he's now going to be at full health. Time for round 2, but he's now taking basically no damage. Wow, the game locked up real bad there. So he's going for Cortana, and his appearance also changed. I'm going to imagine he's getting some kind of ego thing going. I'm going to go for Beautiful Tune. Then I'm just going to hold off because we can't really do much else. $53 damage. Goodness. Okay. So he doesn't have much light, though neither do we. We're going to go for Mook Workshop. Hopefully that's going to work out for us. And then we should be at 4 light next scene. Okay, we end up winning that. Recover a little bit of health. Both of us are really dwindling in our resources. I'm going to go for... We need stuff to recover our resources. Unfortunately, we're just not drawing it. Okay, let's go Zelkova here. Is there a world where we hold? I don't think he's going to stagger us. At the very least, he's not going to stagger us yet. Zelkova getting us through, recovering a little bit of our resources. We get another ego page. We could go for guilt. I think I actually am going to take musical notes. I know that's maybe not the smartest thing in the world I've ever done, but we're going to try. Now, what musical notes does is effect persists until the end of the reception, can stack up to 10. You deal 30% more damage. I don't think we're in a situation where we can finish off the fight, so let's go for Ranga at 3. There's a small world where we can win that. Okay, let's try that. Durandal, kinda working. We do end up getting 1 strength, where, yeah, okay. Well, that didn't really work out for us, now did it? Okay, we're going to be staggered this scene. We could go for the pianist. We get 3 more musical notes. Let's go for it. Now, I'm pretty sure we might just die, though. So even though we're dealing 60% more damage, I think he's pretty much got us dead to rights. Oh yeah, he's doing 20 damage per hit. Ouch. Furioso. That right there is 3 musical notes and Leer, which is making us do a total, if my math is right, of like 160% more damage. Because 30%, and then we deal double, so technically 30% is 60%, and then he was also staggered. Did you kill him?
I don't think so.
Do you know the principle behind his reviving? It's a pity that I couldn't get the complete book.
He has a piece of equipment, and I'm not sure about its exact origin. I only know that it can bring him back to life. Using it to create a clone to die for him and then escape can be considered a specialty, but...
But what?
It takes a lot of power to do this, so he won't disturb us again for a while.
Has he not explained the principle of this thing to you?
No, things related to life, no matter how good the relationship is, there will be some reservations, right?
That's right. Thank you, too, this time, Roland. Well, it was certainly short, sweet, and to the point. Next up, I know how much you guys love these mods, so we're doing another one. It's time to face Red Hood. Dead Red Hood, actually. So apparently this is a Black Souls mod. So I know how much you guys enjoy Black Souls, so we're gonna be doing it again. Obviously, Red Hood looking a little bit different than what we're used to, but hey, what are you gonna do? Endured to everything, 521 health, and stagger resist. We're only allowed to bring 2 people, but we are allowed 3 floors. Let's see what she's got. Speed 2 and 3. Keeping in stride, so recover 1 HP when winning a clash. In times like these, if you have 3 or fewer cards in hand, you gain strength. If you have no allies, you gain strength. You gain power by double the current emotion level up to level 1. Battle ready, draw 2 pages at the start of the act. Mind Hauler and Health Hauler. Honestly, this just looks like one of my builds. Well, you know, except for a couple things different. But yeah, this, actually, best example I can give is, let me think, over here with Icebox. Like, he has Serum, he has Healthy, Confident. Like, it's pretty much the exact same build. Technically, we could bring Roland and Angelica. Could be something. So let's see, all that. Tragic World. The cost of this page cannot be changed. On use, restore 3 light, draw 1 page. Skull Percussion. On use, draw 1 page. On hit, inflict 4 bleed next scene. On hit, inflict 1 feeble next scene. Cut the Wound. Restore 3... you already know I'm probably going to be using this one. Restore 3 light, draw 1 page. It is also a coup d'etat, so you can only have 1 of it, which means it's perfect for a singleton deck. On hit, inflict 3 bleed, inflict 2 bleed, and inflict 2 bleed. Again, Declaration of Punishment. Target's current die cannot be influenced by any effects next scene. On hit, inflict 4 fragile next scene. Throat Cutting. Combat start. When inflicting bleed, combat pages... When inflicting bleed using combat pages as seen, inflict 1 additional stack. On hit, inflict 6 bleed, and on hit, inflict 6 more bleed. Sneak Attack. On use, all offensive dice on this page gain on hit, recover 3 health. On hit, recover 4 health. On hit, recover 1 light. On hit and on clash win, destroy all dice the opponent has, On Clash lose, destroy all dice on this page, and add +10 power if this attack is one-sided. Nest. On use, restore 4 light. On Clash win, draw 1 page. Blood Sad Song. On use, draw 1 page. On hit, inflict 1 feeble and 8 bleed. Next scene. And the Tragedy of Red Hood. If target is defeated or staggered, use this page again on a random enemy. This page is rolled 4 times. Right, okay. Well... Thinking about it. I am thinking, who should we bring? Honestly, we could bring Ingvar and Icebox as our first 2. Why not? All right. Then shall we begin?
Agile Strike.
Z-Cut. Not quite working out in our favor. Okay, Icebox does take a lot of damage. Luckily, Ingvar is here to heal as much as we possibly can. We're going to have a lot of status ailments, so I'm going to go for Lament on Ingvar. Oh boy, alright, Icebox is already almost staggered. Expiration W, 7 to 18, good chance to clash. Expiration W, good chance to clash right there. Then, if we go for Pack Onslaught, that should get through relatively easily. And then I think we hold. Okay, we win that clash. Win the second clash. Very nice. Pack Onslaught going down. We managed to win both clashes. Ugh! We reduced quite a bit of stagger. Okay. We could go Pattern, and I think we're going to. That might be the best thing to do on Icebox. Okay, that's going to get rolled 4 times. We can't change serums just yet. He might be able to get through it, but God, that is going to hurt so bad. Alright, Lean Bloody Wings, because we really don't have much other choice. Trail W, and then over here... Shockwave is our best bet. And then... in the name of Justice. Okay, Justice didn't work out for us. That's fine. We lost all 4 clashes once again, but we did still manage to get a little bit of damage through. I'll tell you what, that HP hauler, pretty nasty. We have not done much damage. We're going to go for Musical Addiction on Icebox, and then we are going to go for... Solemn Lament. Why not? Okay, so 4 strength that we have to deal with. Maybe Serum R will have a little bit of something for us. X-Rip. Okay, let's do X-Rip, and then we can potentially do Expiration R right here, just to get a little bit of damage. Well, we're gonna get staggered no matter what we do, so go for Solemn Lament. And then hold, because we're not gonna be able to use it anyway. Okay, that counter dice is really handing it to us. She is back to being full health. Okay, we get 29 damage from X-Rip, but immediately take 18 in return. Throat cutting leaves us staggered. Okay. Yeah. That's real painful. Real painful. So even though Red Hood doesn't have shimmering, yeah, it sure does still feel like it though, I gotta tell you. So we're gonna do what we can. Let's see, this is actually has a pretty good chance to win. Let's see. And then we're using all pierce, so I'm going to go for a boom mend weapon. Then vertical slash, and just ignore it and go for horizontal cut. Okay, we don't win those clashes. We're gonna get hit 4 times. We get hit 4 times again. What just happened?
Well then, it's time for the dynamic duo, Ulterior Logic!
Alias Workshop doing good work. Ranga Workshop potentially offsetting all of that power. After all, Red Hood doesn't have her power yet, so we can still stand somewhat of a chance. When using a... Let's do urging on... I want to do it on Roland. Let's do it on Angelica, and we can buff up Roland in other ways. Okay, so that's gonna hurt no matter what we do, so try and counter it, although our chances are not looking very good. Let's go for old boys. Counter that. And we're not going to be able to do anything against that, so just go for the combo. Okay, we're going to take the 4. We get staggered, so she gets to do it again. Huh. Okay. Huh. Right. Okay, well, let's, go for wheels. I mean, it's certainly working pretty well so far. If we still had Roland up and we went for Wrist Cutter, that would potentially go a lot better. I mean, honestly, Dimensional Gloves worked so well the first time. Crystal Ulterior. Yeah, we're just gonna try and let the combo page deal with that. Nope. Nope. And we're staggered. Right on. Okay, that seemed to go somewhat well. Good amount of stagger damage being done. Let's think. Alright, I'm gonna really think about this. Weight of Sin might be really solid. We know that long arms would be really good, especially with all the bleed being done. You know what? To keep the force peace, Longbird weighed the sins of those who entered the forest. For Longbird's scale was fair and just. That might be the play. I think we go for the apocalypse. Let's see, what are you doing? I'm gonna go for chain. Then I'm gonna go for chain. Then over here, I'm gonna go for tackle mount. And then we counter this with a regular old tail whisk, because we're just gonna soak the damage and restore light. Okay, you managed to beat us. We seal 1 speed die for next turn. Tackle mount working very nicely. We're gonna be able to do no damage at all, but that's fine. Little bit of bleed right back at you. So you now have 1 less speed die. Big Bird, with its many eyes, decided to watch over the forest for intruders, for Big Bird's eyes could see very far and see things that we cannot see. Okay, you're up to 5 strength.
But it's not over yet. No, no, no. Not by a long shot.
Okay, let's do...
Season the meat.
Then, I'm gonna go for a chain, and I'm also... How many counter dice do you have? You only have the one. Let's... Regular fairy. Okay, you managed to win both clashes, but we did use up your counter die. Pow die slam, not quite working out to our advantage. Season the meat, also not managing to win a single clash. Okay. Huh. Well, now we go for sinking. And we go for regular fairy. Let's see. Tackle mount right here, because that should destroy it, although I don't actually know if we're going to have enough power for it. Let's go for Beyond, and then Tail Whisk. Try.
Sink.
Okay, counter dice, absolutely annihilating our range dice. Okay, tackle mount not working at all. We are going to get staggered, and that means that she's going to go and do it again. Well then, let's give this a try, shall we? Okay. Pretty low rolls happening so far. 3 paralysis for next scene is going to be really, really nice. Remorseful Grief doing a ton of damage. Shockwave getting through that counter dice, and 3 burn being done. I'm going to go for Urging. Okay, we get our first power up. Yeah, Photon Barrier is absolutely gonna be the way to go.
There you are.
Target's current die cannot be recycled.
Alright, tough guy. Let's see you try this on for size.
Then, Sally, you are going to go for 9th. And then... that's going to hurt quite a bit, but it's fine.
It doesn't feel very good, does it?
Ow. 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 Okay, painful. Not the end of the world yet, but still painful. Let's go for Lies on Carmen. After all, we know that she is the champion of doing just that. Let's see. I don't know who's messaging me, but I will check in a moment. Let's see, we're gonna go for Degraded. Then, Sally, I want you to go for Token of Friendship, and also go for Will of the Prescript. Go! Who dares? Good. Okay, not quite as good. Okay, we get staggered due to bleed. We're gonna revive. That's fine. Let's go for Guilt. I mean, hey, if we just have to amp Carmen up, then so be it. Go ahead and go for Wrist Cutter. Second power coming down. You are not immune to immobilization. As far as I know. You know what? Wrist Cutter into Stagnate Time. You physically cannot beat that. Then, over here, let's go for Degraded Serum so we can heal. Crystal Ulterior right here. And then we'll go for Old Boys to recover a bit of our stats. Okay, get rid of the strength. Old Boys trying to get rid of the counter die. Ow. Cover a little bit of our stagger. Stagnate Time going down. Immobilized. Counter dice not quite working in our favor. You're not immune to immobilization. So let's see. This recovers 4 light. So let's see. This applies some bleed. Okay. Then over here, we're going to go for Vigilant for light. And we're also going to go for Shockwave. That should be really, really good. We're just going to hope that this is going to be enough. Durandal! Ring of Motion! Okay. There's a part of me that thinks Fervent Beats on Sally would actually be quite strong. Alternatively, if the attacker clashes against counter Q... Or we go for Pulsation. Musical Notes could also be really good. You know what? Musical Notes. Let's do it. Then we go for Beautiful Tune. Okay, we're doing extra damage. Our true form becomes revealed. Okay, I'm gonna go for... Let's see. We don't have 8, so this isn't gonna do anything for the moment. So let's just try and clash. Let's go for Degraded Trail. Let's go Flashing Claw. And then attempt to go for Durandal. Then, Sally, you are going to go for Restrain, 4 to 10. Let's go for Alacritus Assault. And then let's also go for 9th. Ouch. Okay, we need to win this one. We do end up winning. No plus 10 power for you. Ah, we got through 1 dice. Flashing Claw. Could have been a lot better. Restrain. We are going to lower your strength just a little bit. We also recover a little bit of our own stats. Okay, let's see. So, we're only going to take 10 damage at most. Wrist Cutter. Then, let's go for Remorseful Grief and Vigilant Observation. Let's see. We do have 8 now, so this should work real nicely. Then we go for Soothing Memory. Go for Degraded Trail. Could go for Degraded Serum. Reduce the cost of all pages by 1 for next scene. Okay. We do also have 3 power, so technically we would get plus 4 because we have a Feeble. Okay, let's try this. Wrist Cutter going down again. So you should only have 1 power. Okay. Wow, we still did not win that clash. I think we get staggered off that. Yep. So she goes for it again. Didn't manage to kill. A little bit of paralysis next scene. Okay. So we are staggered, though. So Carmen's not going to be able to do anything for now. Let's go Shockwave. Honestly, that's all we can do. Okay, we get a little bit of burn. However, we are staggered. Carmen almost going down, but not quite. And we go for the Pianist. Then, I'm also going to go for Ass Marionette. And the final ego page is made. Let's go for Rewind. Okay, and we can use Rewind right now. That didn't work how I think it was going to. That... Huh. That, Huh. Yeah, that really didn't work how I think it was supposed to, question mark? Well, Carmen's dead. Yeah, Carmen's, absolutely dead after that one. That was a misplay on my end. Now, I don't know necessarily that we would have killed Red Hood, but if I hadn't have done that, we would have stood a lot better of a chance, huh?
Let's try that again.
Opening up with wheels for big value.
We get through that counter dice, no problem.
Remorseful grief is absolutely gonna win those clashes. We're gonna inflict a little bit of paralysis, and then we're gonna draw a page and restore 1 light. Now, you might think Candy is a good idea. However, let me tell you, Candy has aggressive dice, which are buffed by strength. Candy is not a good idea. Instead, we're gonna go with Dash. Okay. I'm really debating going for Energizing Shower this time, and I think I'm going to. If we can play more aggressively, I think that's going to be the play. We're actually going to use it now, which I know, technically, it is really, really early, but I think it's going to be for the best. Now, we're going to go Singleton, and then we're also going to go for Shockwave. Excuse me, I have the hiccups. Okay, now, Ulterior Logic stops that dead in its tracks. Then, we're going to go for... Let's see, you already have 4 strength. So let's go for Crystal Ulterior. And then we could go for the free Old Boys, and I think I'm going to. Yeah, that's our play. Okay, got rid of that. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Great. A little bit of stagger damage being done. Counter dice hitting us very, very hard. Will of the Prescript, our dodge does not work, so we're going to take a little bit of damage. Ouch. Little bit of burn being done to Miss Red Hood. We're going to go for the bubble on Sally. Okay. Bubble is going to give us a little bit of SP damage. This is actually a really good turn. Let me think. I actually really want to make use of this. Bleed to each other. Tri-Serum Cocktail could be really, really good. There's a world. There is a world. Okay, let's see. Let's go for Degraded. Then, let's go for Actually, we're not going to win that clash. Go for Durandal here. Then we can try and tank it. Let's have Sally go for 9th. And then we can also go for Token of Friendship. We're unaffected by power, so we're gonna get hit real hard. Not a lot to be done about it. Durandal coming down. We only get 1 strength from it. And the counter dice actually managed to stop us. Color me shocked. Okay, Sally went down, so that's a passive proct. Is there a world where we go full censored? There might be. First things first, though. Blunt? Actually, we have a bit of blunt. Maybe not a whole lot, but enough. Then, let's go for the Flutter. Hopefully we get it somewhat soon. Give me Flutter, Flutter. Still no Flutters. Give me the Flutter. Give me that Flutter. There you are. Okay, 1 to 2 additional. Now we also get Burden Sins. Very, very nice. I'm going to go ahead and go for Stagnate Time. Okay. What do we got? Okay, you're going for this. Luckily, we do have Ulterior Logic. Then, I'm going to go for Degraded. We're just going to tank it and do a little bit of damage. Let's go for our 0 cost. Then, over here, let's go for Remorseful Grief. It might win. Do you have counter dice going? You do have 1. Let's go Stagnate Time. And then you technically should go first, though it is a rapid melee, so maybe not. Alright. Let's just go for it. Okay, get rid of that dice before it becomes too big of a problem. We do use up her counter dice, which means she is going to be immobilized next turn. Remorseful Grief. Very good. A little bit more paralysis. Stagnate Time. Rolled bare minimum. Very unfortunate. Okay. Restrain just to debuff even further, although she's not going to be able to do a whole lot. Alright, here's the scary part. Despair. Then we go for Censored. And let's hope that we can get to emotion level 5 right now. Manifest our ego. Durandal. Ranga motion to draw. And then degraded expiration because it's free. Then over here, we're going to go for... We need to hit her. So let's just use everything we've got. And hopefully this is enough. Durandal! Ranga motion, just to get a little bit of bleed for every little bit that we can possibly squeak out. We got practically 0 emotion levels for this, so unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to be hitting emotion level 5 just yet. But we do hit our power spike in one way or another. Can we... We can actually use Furioso, and I'm going to... I would love to be able to finally use Cascada Luminosa. But we'll see what happens. You only have 1 counter dice. So I'm going to go Soothing Memory. Hammer Retaliate. Flash and Claw. And this is to each other. Very good. Alright, Sally, you've got this. You've got this. You are a champion. You are amazing. You can win these counters. Okay, we're going to heal next turn. Argalia Furioso. Okay, still not emotion level 5. Working on it. We are working on it. Curtain's Call. Targets all other characters. If you have 30 plus unstable charge, boost the... I don't think I've ever properly used this. So let me see. This is... Yep. Okay. Flashing Dual Blades. This won't hit as hard as it might seem. I'm going to go for Flashing Claw. I actually really want to buff us up as much as buff ourselves up as much as we possibly can. I really would like to be able to use Cascada Luminosa. But we need 50 unstable charge to do it. Which, to be fair, we're actually getting really close. Let's try and counter that, and that's all Sally can do, unfortunately. And we could do more on Dark Carmen, but I don't think we should. Flash and Claw, we're getting a good amount of unstable charge. We're up to 35. 36. Okay, counter dice going down. Token of Friendship, we are going to be able to get a little bit of health restored. We're so close. If we can get Censored going, I think we've got this. Okay, we're gonna have to get rid of that. Spend 8. Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, we're just gonna have to. This gives us unstable charge. This gives us unstable charge. And so does this. Now, Sally, unfortunately, you're kind of just gonna have to deal with that damage. Ugh, counter dice being a big problem for us. We should have destroyed all those dice. Why did we not? Okay, a little bit of unstable charge. We're generating even more. We're at 48. We're really close. Close enough that we can use Censored. Okay, and then we're also going to go for Ending. Now, Sally you... Time Vortex. It's just my favorite ability. It's so good, dude. Like, I love this ability. It just feels so good to use. Then we'll go for Shockwave. We're so close to being able to use Cascada Luminosa. She might actually die. You know what? This is going to be real risky. I'm only going to do this many attacks. Oh, this is so risky. This is so risky. Go for it! Cascada Luminosa. And down goes the dead Red Hood. Whew. Alrighty, so, that was a shining example of what not to do in your mod, I feel. It was kind of just powerful for the sake of being powerful. I didn't really feel that there was much connection to the character it was trying to represent. Like, I don't know. It didn't feel very in line with, say, Black Souls' Red Hood. Like, you could have done maybe something having to do with stealth. You could have had to do something with protection. Like, or not stealth, but untargetable. You could have had it to where, you know, when she gets low health, maybe she gets debuffed, you know, something like that. Like, I feel like there was room for improvement for that. But just kind of saying, she gets strength, she gets more strength, she gets power, she gets more power. Also, blah, 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 blah. It kind of felt like you were just throwing strength and power and strength and power. And then you realized, this is supposed to be about a character. So you just put bleed, a lot of bleed, and feeble, and, you know, just on the cards. I don't know. There's room for improvement with that mod. I definitely think it maybe could use a little bit of a fine-tuning. I feel with the character that strong, locking you to 2 characters is too much. I had to use basically the strongest duo in the game that I have with the best floor at our disposal in order to beat her. Now, we could have done it with the upgraded regular floor, but, you know, I made a misplay. But yeah, that card that resets and also attacks 4 times, that needs to be gone or heavily nerfed. Maybe make it like if it's a one-sided deal, it hits multiple times to punish you for not clashing against it. I don't know. There's a lot of room for improvement for that mod, I feel. Obviously, I am no balancer, but I would imagine a lot of people might not be able to fight that easily. Now, with that being said, the other day in my YouTube recommended, I actually got recommended a video of someone beating Jealous Flower on hard mode with nothing but base game pages. So, who am I to say? People are a lot crazier than I am. I'm middle of the road when it comes to power level in this game. I'm middle of the road, you know. So, yeah, no. But with that, I believe that is going to do it for this episode of the Library of Ruina. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and in the next one, we're finally going to finish off all of the question marks at our disposal. Also, I was kind of thinking, I had a poll a while back about Black Souls. I think when we eventually run out of content for Ruina, maybe we'll do some Black Souls. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.